Today we're installing the red dot Doormax enclosure designed for the Club Car Precedent. Included in the kit is grab bars, rocker mounts, headers, a hardware pack. You also get the front and rear posts, as well as a header mount and the doors themselves. The enclosure consists of the back panel, the front panel, a rear panel, the door skins, extreme seal, Velcro, and your hardware. Now let's get started. Our first step is to insert the small 10/32 lock nuts into the back side of your driver and passenger rocker mounts. Make sure all the lock nuts are centered and then secure with a piece of tape. Then you're going to put the fourth lock nut on the front side of your rocker mount. I'm going to repeat this on the passenger side. Before we begin the installation, switch your cart into the off position and engage the parking brake. Now you're going to clamp your rocker mount to the side panel. You'll notice that the curved edge and the bottom are all flush with the side panel. You'll also notice a stamped driver passenger side on the inside of the rocker mounts. This helps with the orientation. Now we're going to take a 1/4" drill bit and drill through the panel at the 3 countersunk holes located here. Be sure to wear safety glasses. Now we're going to attach the rocker mount to the side panel using the 1 1/4" countersunk Allen head bolts. We're going to repeat this on the passenger side. We're going to replace the Canopy grab bars with new grab bars and retain the front hardware and the rear nut. Use the 1 3/4" bolt on the rear, but do not install the nut just yet. We're going to repeat this process on the other side. Now that our grab bar is in place, we're going to take the rear header mount and attach it to the loose bolt on the back side of the grab bars and reinstall our factory nut. At this point, we want the rear mount level, and we're going to tighten our hardware. Now we're going to install our side headers to the front bolt located at the front strut. We're going to replace this bolt with another 1 3/4" bolt that's supplied in your hardware pack. This header will go into the rear header mount. Tighten your hardware. We're going to repeat this process on the other side. We're going to install the rear posts. You'll notice the hinges that are welded on the outside. You'll also notice the slotted holes mounted on the inside. The slotted holes will go to the rear of the cart, and we're going to use the 1 1/4" screws to attach it here to the upper mount. We're going to loosely tighten the hardware now. We'll fully tighten it later. We're going to repeat this process on the other side. Now we're going to install the front post with the slotted holes towards the back of the cart to the header mount using the same 1 1/4" screws and tighten. Again, do not fully tighten, and when we're done here, we're going to repeat this on the other side. Now we're going to secure our front and rear posts to our rocker mount using the 1 1/4" screws. You'll notice here on our back rocker mount that the vertical slotted hole does not line up with our nut cert that's here in the rocker mount. So what we're going to do to fix this is we're going to loosen up the nut and bolt on the back side of our grab handle here and push up the rear header mount where the slotted hole is on the bracket and retighten. Now we're ready to attach the bottom of our post to our mount. We're going to go to the first hole located here. Now that our holes line up from adjusting at the top, we're going to secure it with the hardware. We're going to repeat this on the other 3 posts. Now that we have all of our posts secured, we're going to temporarily install our door frame to make sure that everything is square. If you need to, use all the slotted holes on the posts and the headers to get the door square. We're going to repeat this on the other side. The doors are marked with a D and a P for driver and passenger side, and the enclosures are as well. You'll notice that we've taken our door off. We'll get back to that later. What we're going to do now is take the small roll of Velcro, the rough side, and we're going to stick it right here at the front of our post. We're going to cut a very small piece, take the tape off, and stick it on the outside. We're going to skip the area that the door frame goes in and start back here on the back side of the rear post. We're going to run it all the way around to the other post. We're going to trim right here at the rear post, and last, small strip at the front of the cart. Now we're going to take the roll of smooth-sided Velcro and Velcro the inside of our track here for our extreme seal. We're going to start at the front and cut a small strip to this side of the nut and start it again on the other side. Now we're going to pick back up on the other side of our vertical bracket here and go to the front side of our grab bar. Now we're going to pick it up again on the other side of the grab bar here and go to the inside section of the grab bar on this side. And you can either cut around the nut or notch the tape. Now we're going to continue along the back side here, and when we get to the other side, we're going to repeat the same steps that we did on the passenger side. Now we're going to attach the larger roll of Velcro to the back side of the extreme seal. You'll notice on the extreme seal, the angled edge here opposite the bead. We're going to place the smooth side flush along the bottom behind the angled edge. Now we're going to attach the extreme seal to the inside of our headers, and we're going to trim it everywhere we have an obstruction. We're going to trim around every obstruction so that our seal stays intact on the opposite side. If you have a windshield on the cart, go ahead and take it off now. We're going to install the passenger side front panel. The zippers go on the inside. You'll also notice in the window there's a point. This goes to the front of the cart. So at this point, we have the front post zippered, the front strut zippered. You'll also notice that your windshield strut clip has a hole. Fully zip down the front strut and the front post. We're going to repeat this on the driver's side. Now that our panels are in place, you'll notice at the very top here a soft side Velcro. We're going to take the rough side Velcro that we had here, relocate it to the front so that it helps hold the panel in place and it doesn't sag. Do the same thing on the other side. Moving to the driver's side rear, again, you'll notice that the zipper goes on the inside. The other thing you have here is the hole cutouts for the hinges. So those are obviously going to go around the hinges here. Last, you'll have the smooth side of the Velcro, which will attach up here at the top header. We're going to repeat this on the other side. Now we're going to install our rear panel to the header. You'll notice the soft-sided Velcro. This is going to attach to the header here. We're going to feed it inside the cart behind the strut here. You'll notice the split at the bottom and the longer panel. This goes on the outside of the cart. We're going to go ahead and secure it all the way around. Make sure that your enclosure is in between the seat cushion and the rear strut, not around the back side of the rear strut. Now we're going to use the zipper here in the corner and secure it on each side. Now we're going to install the enclosure on the door frame. The Velcro will be pointed towards the inside of the cart, but in this case it's pointed towards you. First thing you're going to do is unlatch all the Velcro around the door. Sometimes this is better to do on a table, but we're going to do it standing up here for video purposes. Now we're going to start at the top, pull the Velcro back and secure it over the top of the door. Then we're going to carry along the outside edge. Notice the hinge holes in the enclosure. On the back side, you'll notice the Velcro here. Pull the sticky tape off and stick it to the back side of the door. Now we're going to attach our door to our door frame. Make sure that the door hinges are on the outside of the cart. The hinges are designed with a tight fit. Now we're going to repeat this on the other side. Now we're going to attach our door handle to our door. You'll notice that there's already thread locking adhesive on the threads. So we're going to feed the thread end through the door and tighten with the other piece. You don't want to fully tighten this down, but you want it to be snug enough where it doesn't come loose. We're going to repeat this on the other side. Now we're going to install the male doorstop on the rocker mount at the two nuts located here. We're going to use the 3/4 inch countersunk Allen head bolts to secure. Now we're going to install the female doorstop. You're going to open your door fully, peel the Velcro back here. You'll notice the slotted hole here. We're going to take our razor knife and make a small slit here in the center of the slotted hole, large enough for our small 3/4 inch screw to go through, and that will hold on our doorstop. You're going to insert the screw through the doorstop with a washer. We're going to insert this to the front of the door through the slot we just cut. Now we're going to tighten our hardware and adjust if needed so that it catches in the male doorstop. Repeat this on the other side. Now you're going to take the small button cap screws and secure the front panel and the rear panels to the body. What you're going to do is take a marking pin and mark the locations of the buttons here on the body. Once you have your locations marked, use the self-tapping button head screws, run it into the body, and secure the panel. If you're installing a windshield on the cart like we are, what you want to do is find the pre-drilled locations on the front struts. Once you find that, make a small mark on both. You're going to take a razor knife and make a small X so that your hardware will go through on both sides. Now we're going to attach our windshield using the hardware provided with the windshield. You're now finished installing your Doormax enclosure designed for the Club Car Precedent.